Okay, so welcome to the deep dive. We love to dig into the really wild stuff you send our way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And today, we're going to take a look at some ideas that really question the very nature of reality.
Right, like, is this even real?
Yeah, is this all a simulation? And get this, some folks believe we can actually hack it, change it.
Okay, I gotta say, the stuff you send over for this deep dive, it's like a crazy mix of quantum physics and ancient beliefs and,
Conspiracies.
oh yeah, tons of those.
So our mission here is to try and understand the logic, even if it sounds crazy.
Exactly. Let's
Yeah.
unpack these ideas and see what makes them tick.
All right, so chapter 1 jumps right into this quantum biofield.
Whoa.
So the idea is our minds, they're not just stuck in our brains, they extend out as this energy field.
Right.
And this field, it's shaping our bodies almost like a holographic projection.
Okay, I kind of get that.
Now, they talk about these torsion waves and some research by a Dr. William Tiller at Stanford.
Oh, I've heard of torsion fields, but they're pretty fringe science.
Right. But in these sources, these waves, they can like bend space and time.
Wow.
They're like this fundamental force that's shaping reality.
That's a big claim.
Totally.
But
And then
then-
they connect this to like health and well-being, saying things like cancer, pain, even wrinkles. They're all just corrupted data in this biofield.
Like glitches in the matrix.
Exactly. Like
Sure.
errors in computer code causing things to malfunction.
That's a pretty radical way to think about illness.
Right. I mean, current medicine says it's biology, genetics, environmental stuff.
Yeah, the usual suspects.
But here, it's all about this underlying energy field.
Okay, so what do we do about this corrupted data?
Well, that's where they bring in ancient beliefs about this life force called Shen.
Shen.
Yeah, and they say this Shen was like a code editor for reality.
Well, hold on. So ancient people were coding reality.
That's what they're suggesting. Like they had this intuitive understanding of a programmable reality.
That's mind-blowing.
Right, and it gets wilder. They claim that in 2023, someone or something called Dara, weaponized this Shen knowledge, created super soldiers, and then hid the research.
Okay, now we're getting into some serious conspiracy territory.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So basically, this chapter lays the groundwork for this idea of a secret science of the quantum biofield.
And that these energetic errors, they show up as health problems?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But also hints that maybe there's a way to fix them.
Okay, I'm intrigued, but also skeptical.
As you should be. So let's move on to Chapter 2, the Astral Debugger Protocol.
The Astral Debugger Protocol, that sounds intense.
Oh, it is. And it starts with this claim that science fiction author Philip K. Dick,
The Blade Runner guy.
supposedly used a special ritual back in 1974 to fight cancer.
No way.
And now they're saying we can learn a similar technique.
Okay, so how does this protocol work?
It's very specific.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to be ready at 3:33 a.m.
3:33 a.m.
Yep. And then you visualize your body as this like bright green code with numbers and letters swirling around.
So we're literally seeing our bodies as computer code.
That's the idea.
Okay, then what?
Then you say the number 158 out loud.
158, why those numbers?
They say it's from the Fibonacci sequence, and it acts as a secret key to reset your cells.
The Fibonacci sequence, I mean, it pops up everywhere in nature.
Yeah, but resetting cells, I mean, mainstream science doesn't really support that idea.
It's a big leap for sure.
Okay, so then comes the really out there part.
I'm ready.
You have to imagine leaving your body.
Like an out-of-body experience?
Yep, you're traveling to a server room or Akashic cloud. Basically a universal database.
Whoa, so we're hacking into the cosmic mainframe.
You got it, and in this space, you're deleting bad files like disease.
So it's all metaphorical, right?
I think so, but they're presenting it as very real.
Right.
And they even mentioned Dr. Rupert Sheldrake, the biologist.
Yeah, I know his work's pretty controversial.
Yeah, but they claim he supported this method, but said 99% of people fail because they miss a crucial step.
Ooh, there's a catch.
There always is. So what's the missing piece? They call it a secret shield or a quantum VPN.
A quantum VPN, what is that?
They say you need it, or the simulation will detect you trying to change things and basically block you.
Oh, so it's like an invisibility cloak for your consciousness?
Exactly. So this quantum VPN, it's like the key to making the whole thing work.
Okay, so this is getting pretty complex.
Oh, yeah. So Chapter 3 takes us even deeper into the simulation idea, the reality VPN frequency.
Okay, lay it on me.
So the idea is everything we experience is part of this giant program.
The Matrix.
Yep. And now they bring in Nikola Tesla.
Tesla the inventor.
Yep. But here, he's not just an electrical genius. He's like this discoverer of a natural energy signal.
What's signal?
The Schumann resonance.
Oh, I've heard of that. It's like Earth's heartbeat.
Exactly. And they say it operates at 7.83 hertz, like a universal Wi-Fi.
So we're all connected to this energetic Wi-Fi.
That's the theory. And get this, they claim Tibetan monks used chanting at this frequency to, like, jailbreak their DNA.
Wow, so they were hacking their biology with sound.
Supposedly. So the big idea here is we can tap into this reality VPN frequency to change our own reality.
Okay, but how?
They lay out a 4-step bypass.
Yeah.
First, you got to hum at 7.83 hertz to mask your biofield.
Humming. That's it.
Yeah. It's like tuning into the Earth's frequency to become invisible to the system.
Interesting.
Then step 2, you wear copper bracelets.
Copper bracelets.
Yep, they say it's like a quantum antenna to boost the Earth's energy and strengthen your biofield.
So we're upgrading our connection to the universal Wi-Fi.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But again, no real scientific backing for this quantum antenna stuff.
Right, it's more about the symbolic connection, I guess.
Third step, you got to spend 11 minutes each day staring at a spiral that follows the Fibonacci ratio.
Fibonacci again.
Yep, they're obsessed with it. Apparently, it helps you tune into the universe's hidden order.
Okay, I'm sensing a theme here.
And finally, the fourth step, you got to whisper the phrase, override admin 01.
Override admin 01. Sounds like a video game cheat code.
Right, but they're saying it's a command to bypass the normal limits of the simulation.
So we're like hacking into the admin controls.
Pretty much. And they say this can lead to a placebo effect on steroids.
Like amplifying your mind's power to heal and change things.
Yep, but of course there's a catch, a crucial, unrevealed step 5.
Oh no, not another one.
And if you skip it, they say you'll get flagged by the simulation like a red flag.
And what happens then?
They don't say, but it sounds bad.
Okay, so we got to be careful.
Very careful. Now chapter 4 gets really spicy. It's called Why the Hospitals Hate This.
Ooh, that sounds controversial.
It is. They start by talking about this Dr. Royal Rife, who was supposedly jailed back in 1962.
Jailed? What for?
For curing cancer with special frequencies.
Wait, so they're saying the medical establishment is suppressing cures?
That's the argument. They say a healthy population is harder to control and that the medical industry profits from sickness.
That's a pretty bold claim.
It is. And then they bring in Dr. Bruce Lipton's ideas about how our genes are like computer software.
I've heard of Lipton. He talks about how our beliefs can change our biology.
Exactly. So it ties back into this idea of programmable biology.
So we can update our own software, basically.
That's the theory. And get this. They claim that this reality VPN ritual was banned on YouTube in 2024.
Banned? Really?
Yeah, they're framing this information as dangerous knowledge that the powers that be don't want us to have.
It's a classic conspiracy trope.
Totally. So the main takeaway here is if we learn to hack our biofield, we become a threat to the system.
Interesting. And then they hint at an even deeper secret, accessing the simulation's BIOS.
Yeah, like the ultimate control panel.
Okay, I got to know more about that.
Well, Chapter 5 is all about this BIOS override code, and it's linked to ancient Sumerian mythology.
Sumerian mythology, how does that fit in?
They talk about Enki's gift, this ancient code supposedly used by Sumerian gods to design humanity.
So they're saying we were created with code.
That's the idea, and they claim this Enki gave humanity a secret algorithm to reset our being when things go wrong.
What's the algorithm?
They sum it up as, if pain, then delete it.
That's pretty simple but profound.
Right, and they even link this to the CIA, supposedly.
The CIA?
Yeah. They say there was a secret program called Project Stargate that found traces of this code on ruins in Iraq.
Wow, so the CIA was looking for ancient healing codes.
Apparently. And they say these symbols hinted at a method for clearing out corrupted data, like pain and disease.
Okay, I'm hooked.
Hmm.
How do we activate this BIOS override code?
Another 3-step ritual. Are you ready?
Hit me.
First, you got to tap your sternum 33 times to reset the vagus nerve.
The vagus nerve. Isn't that a real thing?
Yeah, it's a major nerve that connects the brain to the body.
Okay, so there's some actual science in here.
Right. Then the second step, you have to let out a powerful scream of ki at 528 hertz.
Kikei.
They say it means earth in ancient Sumerian, and this scream is like a vibrational key.
Okay, this is getting pretty intense.
I know, right? And finally, you close your eyes and visualize a bright blue firewall forming around your body.
A firewall. Like a computer firewall.
Yeah, they say it cleanses your energy field and erases bad code.
So it's like a spiritual antivirus.
Exactly. And they even mentioned Dr. Masaru Emoto's research with water crystals.
Oh yeah, he claimed that words and music could change the structure of water.
Right, and they're applying that same idea to our energy fields.
So we can reprogram our energy with sound and intention.
That's the gist, but there's another catch, of course.
Another one.
Yep, without the final step from Chapter 6, they say this reset is just a demo version of life.
So we're still playing on easy mode.
Exactly. We need the full upgrade. So Chapter 6 is called the God Mode Downgrade, and it gets pretty dark.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
They start by predicting that the World Economic Forum will push for AI brain chips in 2025.
AI brain chips. Why?
They say it's to block access to our inner code and control our potential.
Wow, that's straight out of a dystopian novel.
Right, so their solution is to downgrade our operating system to God mode.
God mode, what's that?
They say it's the original human OS we were born with before all the corruption.
So it's like returning to our factory settings.
Exactly. And they give 3 steps to enter God mode.
All right, I'm listening.
First, you gotta eat raw cacao to flush out toxins from your body's firmware.
Cacao firmware. I'm loving these computer metaphors.
Right. Second, you gotta meditate beneath a pyramid to amplify your quantum RAM.
Quantum RAM pyramids. This is wild.
I know. And third, you have to recite a verse from the Emerald Tablet to activate a dormant part of yourself.
Emerald Tablet is an ancient alchemical text.
Yep, and they even compare this to Carl Jung's idea of individuation.
Interesting. So like a psychological and spiritual transformation.
Exactly. But then there's another warning. Don't share these methods publicly.
Why not?
They say the powers that be can remote wipe our access to this knowledge.
So we got to keep it secret.
Apparently now Chapter 7 takes us to the dark net of consciousness.
The dark net of consciousness. That sounds like a trip.
It is. They're saying it exists on the astral plane, a realm beyond the physical.
Okay, we're getting esoteric now.
Oh, yeah. And they claim healing codes are traded there like digital currency.
Healing codes like NFTs.
Something like that. And they say the CIA's Monroe Institute mapped this realm back in 1991.
The Monroe Institute, they do research on out-of-body experiences.
Right. And they say they found that time is editable on this astral plane and diseases are like tradable assets.
So we can like buy and sell cures.
That's what they're suggesting.
Mind-blowing. How do we access this astral darknet?
They give some very specific steps.
Okay, I'm all ears.
First, you put a magnet under your pillow to disrupt the simulation's tracking of your biofield during sleep.
A magnet.
Yep. Then you chant Agora backward as encryption for your soul's IP address.
Agora backward. What is that?
It's an ancient Greek word for a gathering place.
So it's like a secret password.
Something like that. And then you demand your light body blueprints.
Light body blueprints. What are those?
They say it's like the source code for your higher self.
Okay, this is getting pretty deep.
It is. But there's a warning about Archons, the simulation's antivirus programs.
Archons.
Yep. They say they'll try to block you from accessing this knowledge or even erase your progress.
So it's a risky journey.
Very risky. And finally, we reach Chapter 8, the final ascension patch.
Final ascension. This sounds huge.
It is. They're predicting a massive event in 2027 that will delete the simulation.
Delete the whole simulation.
Yep, they say NASA discovered a photon wave coming to reboot Earth.
A photon wave. Is that a real thing?
Not that I've heard of, but they're claiming only those who've upgraded their light bodies will survive.
Survive. So it's an apocalypse.
Kind of. They call it the event, and they give an 11th hour fix to prepare.
Okay, we're down to the wire. What do we got to do?
First, drink structured water to carry healing frequencies.
Structured water.
Yeah, they say it has special properties.
Okay, then what?
Then practice square breathing to balance your energy.
Square breathing.
Yeah, it's a specific breathing technique.
Right.
And finally, the most intense scream, I am God, to declare your sovereignty.
Whoa. Okay, that's a powerful statement.
It is, and they say this will trigger a massive placebo effect on steroids.
So we're like rewriting our reality with our beliefs?
Exactly. But we gotta hurry. They say we only have 7 minutes before the video is taken down.
7 minutes. This is urgent.
It is. So they end by saying, if you're still listening, you're one of the elite 1% who's awake.
Okay, so what do we do now?
They give a bunch of instructions.
Like what?
Smash that like button as a powerful quantum signature type debug in the comments to create a digital firewall.
Wait, so liking and commenting is actually doing something?
They're saying it's sending out energy into the universe.
Okay, then what?
Share the video with someone who's still in NPC mode.
NPC mode.
Yeah, like they're not awake yet.
Okay, so we got to spread the word.
Yep. They say it's all about igniting the spark of awakening and expanding the circle of resistance.
So we're like digital revolutionaries.
Exactly. And they say the simulation is trembling because we're evolving into gods in beta.
Wow, okay, that's a lot to process.
It is. So they end with a big call to action. Click the link to the next video and continue your journey toward transcending the simulation.
So there's more.
Always more. They say the revolution is not coming. It's already here and it begins with you.
That's a pretty intense ending.
Yeah, for sure. So that was our deep dive into some very unusual ideas.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around it all.
It's a lot to take in. So what stood out to you the most?
I think the way they blended so many different things, quantum physics, ancient myths, conspiracy theories.
It's a wild mix.
Yeah, and they create this whole worldview where reality is this programmable thing that we can hack.
And they give very specific instructions on how to do it.
Right, but no real proof or evidence, just these claims and anecdotes.
So it comes down to belief.
I guess so, but it's definitely thought-provoking.
I agree. So what do you think all this means for our listeners?
It makes you question everything, right?
It does.
Look, what if there's more to reality than we realize? What if we do have this untapped potential?
Yeah, what if?
Even if it's all just a story, it makes you think about your own beliefs and the power of your mind.
Totally. And that's the point of the deep dive, right? To explore these ideas, even if they're out there.
Exactly, to challenge our assumptions and expand our perspectives.
But here's the thing that really blows my mind. Even if the simulation stuff is all made up,
Yeah.
it still raises a huge question.
What's that?
What is consciousness and what can it really do?
I don't know the answer to that.
Me neither,
Yeah.
but it's something to ponder.
Definitely a good one to leave our listeners with.
Totally. Thanks for diving deep with us today.
Always a pleasure.
Until next time, keep those minds open and those questions coming.
And who knows, maybe we'll hack reality together.
Maybe we already are.
Mind blown.
Mine too.